How did the phalanx formation evolve over time? Have you ever wondered how one of the most famous military formations in history changed over time? The phalanx formation, a key tactic of ancient Greece, saw significant evolution from its early days to later adaptations. Initially, the phalanx consisted of heavily armed infantry known as hoplites. These soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder, typically arranged 8 men deep. They wielded long spears and carried large shields that overlapped to create a solid wall for both defense and offense. In the early battles, two rigid phalanxes would often clash, pushing against each other until one side broke. However, during the Greco-Persian Wars, Greek commanders started to adapt their strategies. A notable example is the Battle of Marathon in 490 before Common Era. The Athenians modified their formation by thinning the depth of the phalanx. This change allowed them to extend their front and prevented being outflanked by the larger Persian forces. They managed to envelop the enemy wings after breaking through the center, showing that the phalanx could be flexible and not just a solid block. A major turning point in the evolution of the phalanx occurred during the Battle of Lectra in 371 before Common Era. The Theban general Epaminondas introduced the oblique order. Instead of focusing on a strong right flank, he deepened his left flank to about 50 men. This concentrated attack power allowed the Thebans to defeat the elite Spartan troops on the right flank of their enemy's formation. This tactic demonstrated that the phalanx could be used more strategically rather than just for a frontal assault. Despite its innovations, the phalanx had limitations. It was vulnerable to attacks on its flanks or rear and required disciplined soldiers to maintain formation. Its rigid structure made quick maneuvers difficult, especially in complex battlefield situations. Later on, the Macedonian phalanx emerged under Philip II and was used extensively by his son, Alexander the Great. This version introduced longer spears called sarissas and a slightly more flexible formation. Alexander's tactics combined the phalanx with cavalry and other troop types, allowing for rapid movements and complex strategies. This approach reached the peak of the phalanx's effectiveness. However, after Alexander's death, the phalanx began to decline. At the Battle of Cynoscephaly in 197 before Common Era, Roman legions defeated the Greek phalanx by exploiting its lack of flexibility. The Romans developed more adaptable formations, such as the legion, which could maneuver effectively on various terrains. Eventually, the phalanx was phased out as a dominant military formation. For those traveling in Greece today, understanding the evolution of the phalanx offers a glimpse into how ancient city-states like Sparta and Thebes shaped their military strategies. Visiting battle sites such as Marathon or Lectra can bring to life the tactical shifts that occurred and how these changes influenced Greek history. The phalanx is more than just a military formation. It symbolizes Greek unity, discipline, and innovation on the battlefield.